It was a quiet Friday night, the kind where every creak of the house seemed louder than usual. I sat alone in the dim living room, my mind racing. Just a few days ago, I had discovered something that would turn my world upside down. A text on my wife's phone that she clearly thought I'd never see. After 5 years together, I thought we were unshakable, but the moment I read that message, everything I believed crumbled. The message came from a name I didn't recognize, but instinctively, I knew something was off. Curiosity mixed with dread, I tapped the notification. There it was, undeniable proof of an affair. They had been planning a secret date, exchanging messages filled with flirtation and excitement. My stomach dropped. I scrolled to the conversation, reading the emotional connection they shared. Each word stabbed me deeper than I could have imagined. My life felt like it was unraveling, yet I forced myself to remain calm. For now, I needed a plan. The following days were unbearable. I couldn't confront her immediately. Instead, I hid my turmoil behind a mask of normalcy, going through the motions while my anger simmered beneath the surface. Memories of our life together flashed through my mind, now tinged with betrayal, each one a painful reminder of the trust she had shattered. Finally, Friday arrived, the night of their rendezvous. She told me she'd be going out with friends and wouldn't return until late. I smiled faintly, hiding the storm raging inside me. She kissed me goodbye, and every instinct screamed to pull away. But I stayed put. The second the door closed behind her, I moved into action. I set the living room just right. Lights dimmed, a bottle of her favorite wine on the table, everything carefully arranged to project calm. I wasn't going to yell or make a scene. I wanted her to feel the weight of what she had done, to see my hurt reflected back at her. Hours passed slowly, each tick of the clock echoing like a drum in the silent house. Around midnight, the familiar sound of her car pulling into the driveway jolted me. My heart raced. The moment of reckoning had arrived. She entered the house cautiously, expecting the normal calm of our home. But the soft glow of the lights and the wine on the table told her something was wrong. Her eyes widened, a flicker of fear crossing her face as she tried to play it cool. "Hey, you're still up?" she said, her voice strained. "Couldn't sleep," I replied evenly, meeting her gaze. She glanced away, likely bracing herself for what she knew was coming. She stepped forward, and I blocked her path, my presence firm and unyielding. "How was your night?" I asked, my tone deceptively casual. "Oh, just a quiet evening with the girls," she replied, a little too smoothly. I took a deliberate sip of wine, letting the silence stretch between us. "With the girls?" I echoed softly, watching her face blanch as she realized I didn't believe her. She opened her mouth to speak, but I raised a hand. "Save it," I said, pulling out my phone. "I know where you were. I know who you were with." Shock washed over her. Her hand flew to her mouth, fear finally overtaking her composure. I can explain," she stammered, stepping forward. I rose, creating distance. "Explain," I repeated, my voice low but cutting. "Explain sneaking around behind my back. Explain lying to me every single day." Her tears fell freely now, but words failed her. She searched for some excuse, some plea, but nothing could undo what had been done. I felt the anger I'd buried for days rising, a tidal wave I could no longer restrain. "I trusted you," I whispered, my voice cracking despite my effort to stay composed. "I gave you everything, and this is a gratitude I get." She reached for me, sobbing, but I stepped back. "Please, let me explain," she begged. "No," I said, my tone final. "All your explanations have been lies. I'm done being fooled." The room was heavy with silence. Her face, streaked with tears, looked at me in desperation, but I felt nothing but resolve. I had spent too long wondering what went wrong. Now I had my answer. "Pack your things," I said quietly. "I want you gone by tomorrow." The expression on her face, a mix of regret, fear, and desperation, was unforgettable. She had made her choice, and now she had to face the consequences. As I watched her retreat to the bedroom, sobbing, a strange sense of calm settled over me. The betrayal had hurt, yes, but at least the truth was finally out. That night, Sitting alone on the couch, I realized something crucial. Letting go is often the hardest thing you can do, but sometimes it's the only way to reclaim yourself and finally breathe free.